What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I've been having a lot of fun doing these new disc videos where I head over to the Dynamic site, I grab new discs and I come out and play with them. And I know that you guys have been enjoying them as well. As you guys know, I am sponsored by Trilogy, so if there are any Trilogy discs that you guys would like for me to throw, whether that's from Latitude, Westside, DD, whatever it may be, comment those down below. And also always let me know if you guys throw these too and if they're a part of your bag. So I just played longs out at Eastway in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just shot 10 down, which is ridiculous. I did not film it. I'm preparing for the Clash, and obviously I'm not gonna be filming when I go and play the Clash. So I'm trying to come out, play around, and then film videos. So that was pretty sick. But today the disc that we're gonna be using, number one, is going to be this Kona Panis Escape, which I'm pretty excited to throw. It's an Orbit Escape, so it feels a little similar to that Supreme plastic, but honestly the Supreme plastic feels a little bit tackier, which I actually really like. Number two, I have a hybrid one of these in my bag currently, and that is the Vandal. So the Vandal is a 9.5 negative 1.52, and this has been such a good disc for me lately, just like nice, smooth power hyzers, letting it flip up, turn. Like this is a great hyzer flip disc for anybody who's looking for one. I wanted to try it out in the Lucid plastic, so that's what we've got today. And then I'm actually really excited for this. This is the 2022 Zach Melton Hybrid or Fusion X Maverick. So this thing's gonna be really, really fun to throw. I can't wait. I used to throw a Maverick like 2 years ago, and then I started throwing stags that got beat in and I could flip, so I took this out. So I'm actually really excited to see how this thing throws. We're gonna play a couple holes today, hit a couple of shots, hit a whole bunch of lines, and see what we feel about these discs. Let's get into it. All right, so hole one right here, it's 261 feet. All of these are neutral to understable, but I'm still gonna forehand the Vandal, I think. It's brand new, I've never thrown it. Gonna forehand it nice and easy, maybe a little bit of hyzer and see if it'll flip up and push down there and give us a look. But since it is brand new, I'm not gonna expect it to fully flip over, but I guess we'll find out in just a little bit. Trying to throw it straight, a little hyzer flip forehand. Okay, so my aim was off, but it did flip up, so that's good to know. I think the Escape is probably gonna be the better forehand disc here. I probably should have thrown that Vandal on a backhand. All right, Escape, dead straight. Yeah, now give me a little flare. That one actually carried a little bit left. It did feel really good out of the hand though. And then I'm gonna take this Maverick and just throw it flat. I know I'm only going 261, but actually I'm gonna throw it on some Annie. So I'm gonna hug the left and try and get a nice full Annie shot out of it. Oh, that didn't flip at all. That's really nice though. All right, so the Escape is right behind this tree. That's hilarious. We've got a little putt though. Yeah, sick putt. And then the Melton Maverick. Yes, sir. All right, so 2 birdies with both of those. And 2 really good putts. Again, I'm warmed up. Like I said, I just played a full round from longs and shot 10 down. So I'm warm, which is gonna help me throw these a lot better and just fresh out the car. All right, from the long tees, this is 618. So I wanna try and throw the disc about, I don't know, 375 or so. Don't really need too much more than that. We're gonna throw all 3 of these. I'm gonna throw the Escape on a big Annie and just see if we can get a cool flight out of it. It's not that stable. I should have just thrown that flat. I don't know why I thought it was gonna pan. Maybe because it's Kona Panises. That was a bad joke. All right, Maverick. Since this is Fusion X, I think it's a little more stable. but I am still gonna try and hyzer flip it. Ooh, that flies nice. Yeah, that's good. And then the Vandal, I honestly think I need to throw on a similar line. A little bit of hyzer. No, it's stable. Actually, no, it stood up a little. Okay, nice. So it held. One of my favorite things about throwing understable discs on hyzers a lot of times is that they just push on that angle. So it's kind of trippy because it looks like it's stabling up and it's gonna go too far left, but it just pushes. Okay, so we are about 315. So that means we only threw that 300, is that right? Wow. Really? Okay. I don't know about that. All right, so let's, what we're gonna do is throw each disc from the spot that it landed. Okay, so the Maverick here, again, I guess if it's almost a similar distance, unless that T-pad is wrong, just gonna try and pop it on a hyzer down the right side, hopefully have it flip up some, but still carry to the left. That should be directly under the basket. That was a really good shot. We've got the Vandal here, which is a whole lot more wet because it landed in the shade where all the dew is. We're gonna throw this one on a hyzer too, probably a little bit more hyzer. Actually, why don't we switch up the angle on this one? Because we just saw a hyzer angle in there. Why don't we throw a little turnover with this? Move you guys back some, give myself a little bit of room to throw. Go to the left side of this tree with a little bit of Annie. Hold that. Oh, that's sick. Settle down. Wow. I love my hybrid Vandal, but this one definitely does feel different and fly a little different. It is new, but that was nice. All right, so looks like I babied this. I thought this was, my depth perception on this hole is always like really bad. Like I thought I was well past that. Okay. Dude, I felt a little headwind, so I changed my aim point by about 6 inches to the left. So I missed that. Headwind's not gonna affect it that much, bud. And then the turnover came in, landed really nice on this hill, but filtered down instead of up, obviously. So, still a really, really good shot, and honestly felt really good out of the hand. That's short. Uphill putts are so difficult. You have to aim so much higher than you think. For me, it's not about throwing it harder because, that's hilarious. For me, it's not about throwing it harder because that adds inaccuracies. For me, talked about this calibration like a sniper rifle, I aim up. So I aim higher, but throw the same. And that generally works for me. I just didn't do it right there. All right, hole 3 here, hole 3, par 4. 585. It's pretty much a dog leg left. So all these I'm gonna throw on hyzer and let them stand up a little and push with that angle so that they actually get a pretty good skip. Normally I'll force something stable straight and have it die left, but I can throw all 3 of these on a hyzer and they should push really, really well for me. Yep, stood up a little bit. Yep, almost the ideal landing zone there. Now the orbit escape, I'm gonna throw this one pretty hard on that hyzer, see what it does. Way too high, but if that pushes through, that might be in a real good spot. That isn't the line you want to take on this hole though. You definitely want to be a little lower. I'm gonna try and push wide and just have a really full flight. Oh wow. That was gonna be so good. I don't want to not show a good shot with this, so I went and grabbed it. I'm just gonna give it a hyzer down the middle, pop up, and it'll carry left. Oh yeah. Parked, not parked, but parked where I want it to be. All right, so this Vandal actually landed right where I would have wanted my disc to land. I would just take this Soft Justice, throw it on an Annie, and have it push all the way down to the basket for me. Didn't give it enough Annie, but that's definitely a putt. I want to see where the escape is. So the Maverick is right here, which honestly lends itself to a very straight shot down the gut to the right, so that's in a good spot as well. And then the escape came in a little bit too tight just because of how high I threw it. And it looks like we filtered through everything right here, almost going out of bounds. That's short. How does that pop up and out? What? Oh, that's hilarious. So the Vandal was a really good shot. Yeah, I like the way all these are flying actually. All right, now this hole is pretty touchy. It's only what, like 292. And right after you cross the water, it's a sharp left. And so normally I throw like an evader on a little bit of Annie. But here, we're gonna have to throw hyzers that are kind of touchy, that will flip when they get to the gap and just kind of pan left. Okay, so I'm aiming down the right side, and I want to cut just inside of that on these more neutral hyzers that'll push up the hill. Yeah? Okay, so a little too inside because I was afraid it was gonna flip up more, and it didn't. So I didn't really throw it good, but it got across. So Vandal here, I almost wanna throw this flat. Just throw this flat, nice and smooth. Oh, that was bad. That was more hyzer. These aren't that understable to where I'm throwing them correctly like this. Like I said, normally on this hole, I throw something stable kind of on a little bit of Annie and let it cut left once it gets into the gap. The escape here should be really good. You give this one a nice flight. That's what we wanted. That's an ace run. Oh, it hit the last guardian tree. So that was sick. That was a good flight on that one. And just so you guys know the weights on these as well, the Vandal is 173. The Escape is 173. I'm gonna putt from that one. And the Maverick is 173 as well. So the Escape hit one of these, bounced back, probably hit this one. The Maverick was in a good spot. I just didn't pop it up enough. But different play than I normally go for on this hole, but definitely one that works if you can trust the flip up. Oh, that's way too high, Michael. It felt good, but I popped it too much. Get up. Okay, so over adjusted there. I think the next hole will be a good example of being touchy with these discs. Okay, so this hole is only 267, but I throw my stag on it normally anyways, and just give it a nice, easy flight. So first I'm just gonna show you all my stag shots so that you have that to compare. And hopefully I can throw this good. Yeah, so that is directly under the basket. So that's my stag that I throw all the time. Now we'll throw these other ones, okay? So the Vandal, I'm gonna throw try and throw on a fairly similar line, even though this one's feeling kind of stable to me. but we'll throw it nice and neutral and flat and see if we can get it to push straight. Okay, so I didn't throw it flat because again, I was afraid it was gonna be too stable, but it wasn't. So that was actually the flight that I wanted from it. I just aimed incorrectly. Fusion X Maverick here. Gonna throw this one flat. This should fly almost exactly like that stag did. Yeah, little more stable, but that's a super nice flight here. And then the escape I wouldn't throw here, honestly, just because it's, I don't know, too high speed. But we'll get it down there. At least it feels like it is too fast for this hole. But again, nice and easy. Yeah, so that's gonna obviously fade out a little more stable, but those look pretty good. So the Maverick got a good amount of ground action that obviously slowed it down. And again, I could throw a putter here. I could probably throw a mid here, but throwing fairways nice and smooth just feels good to me on this hole. So that's what I like to go for. Yeah, and like one thing that I really want to encourage you guys of, because you see it in other things as well. It's like, wait, you throw a fairway there? I throw a putter there. It's like, okay, cool. Did you birdie with your putter? Because I just birdied with my fairway. So I just want to encourage you guys to take discs that you're comfortable throwing, that you know you can be effective with, and down tempo if you need to. Like that stag, that was easy. It was so easy. And it was just a nice, smooth, down tempo throw. Yeah, I could throw a putter. Yeah, I could throw a mid. But that's not what it's about. It's about giving you the best opportunity to score. So throwing fairways on 300-foot holes, 270-foot holes isn't a bad idea if it gets you a birdie, right? Because that's what we're here for. So again, we've got a Lucid Vandal, we've got the Orbit Kona Panis Escape, and then we've got the Zach Melton Fusion X Maverick. Of all of these, I would say that the Maverick is probably my favorite that I threw. I used to throw these, again, like I said, a couple years ago. It's just a good feeling disc, especially if you like to play in the woods. It just holds, it'll hold your angle unless you pop it and really try and get it to flip up. Once it breaks in, I'm excited to see how it flies. Definitely like this, would definitely suggest this for people who want a hyzer flip disc or just a long hyzer disc through the woods. Really, really nice, easy to throw, feels good in the hand, especially if you have smaller fingers. It's got a good rim on it. The Vandal, my hybrid Vandal that I've broken in, I love. You guys know that I love that disc. I throw that thing for like big booming hyzers that just carry through the woods. I love it. This one actually feels better to me. It feels a little more sturdy, and maybe that's why it is flying a little more stable. I don't really know, but it feels a little more sturdy. But the Vandal, y'all, like this is an underrated dynamic disc mold. This thing is money. I absolutely love the Vandal. I don't really throw it on forehands unless I'm doing like a big Annie with it, but backhands, it just feels good. It's super workable. And then the Escape, you guys saw my video on the Supreme Escape, loved that. This one feels good. It is that Orbit plastic, and the Escape's just a nice, solid, straight shooting disc. So all three of these I knew I would love. I knew I would enjoy throwing them. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the Maverick. And you guys comment down below if y'all throw any of these, how y'all feel about them. I'll see you on the next video, all right? Peace out.